Well, here I am at Hornsea. It was a terrible journey, but I've got over the terrible journey because setting up there in this wind and the trek down the beach has sort of like surpassed the journey here. But this is Hornsea Beach. It's North Hornsea. Car parks out there somewhere where that house top is, and I've walked all the way down there in between two fishermen. There's quite a lot of fishermen here. There's no competition on, they're just fishing, but I was coming here to Hornsea so I could fish with 2 new beach rods, but I think I might just be fishing one of them because it's a little bit blowy. So I'll get as best footage as I can. There might be quite a bit of music over, I don't know. Just don't know how the sound will turn out. I'm fishing me K2 Extreme Shakespeare rod. Me Spin Fisher 750L long cast reel, and I've got pulley pennel rig on with razor fish on at the minute, or razor clam. I'm also going to be using some fish baits as well, so I've only got frozen baits. I've got a couple of soft crabs as well, I might try them. The chap down that way of the beach caught some cod yesterday, caught 3 or 4 cod off this beach, so you never know, this could be Vernon catching his cod. I don't know, but we can only hope on it, can't we? So I'm just trying to shelter it behind me umbrella I've got up. Should have brought me beach buddy, but I've brought my brolly. So a guillemot. He must be flapping quite hard in this wind. So I'll set the camera up on my box, go down and check my rod and probably reel it in and cast out because the baits are only just gone out. I've literally just cast out. High tide. Well, I'll tell you that in a bit. Cut that there, Tom. Let's get another rig ready. Stop kicking sand everywhere. Right, I think I'll just fish. Put another pulley pennel out. These Gemini, the bait clips, quick release thing, you know, the release clips, absolutely brilliant, I love them. I do use them a lot, but when I first started fishing, I had bought breakaway ones, the shields, and bait clips and all sorts like that. But I started buying the Gemini release clips, and haven't had any problems with them at all. So sand eel, that's what I meant to say when I said fish. They're not in the best of quality, I will admit. Right, I need to just move you for a minute. So I need that. I need that. Put my binoculars on. These aren't the best of sand eels. I've had them in and out of my freezer a few times, but needs to be used up. Oh, salopettes, they all bloody drop down, don't they? Things. Never mind. Try not to moan there. That is an absolute shocking bait. But it's going out. It's all a waste of time, but it's going out. Shocking. Oh, come down here to fish 2 rods, but I don't think I'll bother. You might not have seen that cast then because I had to cast the other way. Didn't think about where I was. Got plates here. It's bloody perishing. Not organised there. I've left the sand eel on, 2 sand eels that I'd put on the first cast, and I've just bait elastic the squid onto that. So got a big bait on now for squid, with squid for trying to catch cod. Well, you're not set up perfectly away for a nice picture, because it's so windy. Couldn't even get my brolly up properly. It's a bit low. Normally you can walk out of it. Now where my tripod is where the last tide was, so I'm hoping it don't come back any further, otherwise I've pitched this in the wrong place as well. It's not looking good. We've got fishermen to that way, and we've got fishermen that way as well. It's just a bit windy. Right, well, I've been filming, so I thought, and let me just check. Yeah, I'm filming now and the volume's on, so I've been filming, and someone's coming now, so I'm going to have to be quiet. Let's set that there. Great to me, bro. Right, as I was saying, this is my new camera, and I thought I had it on videoing, and I didn't. I was taking pictures. So there's a few pictures, I presume. I wondered why it weren't. Every time I went to look at it and pressed the button to light the screen up, it was just dark and off. So there, never mind. I'm learning all the time. It's just, there's a lot of time, so I'm doing a lot of learning. So here I am at Hornsea on the Holderness coast. I'm searching for cod again. The fisherman to my right down the beach, he was there yesterday and he caught 3 or 4 cod. So there is still cod about. It's just whether I can actually catch one. I've got one rod out. It's my K2 Extreme rod. I just keep checking for bites. It's hard to see bites because of the wind and the surf. It's not too bad. I've had 2 casts out with 2 baits up to now. Like I say, I'm fishing 1 rod at the minute. I'm thinking about putting a second out, and I haven't had a thing. It's daylight. It's probably coming up to 2:30. I'm not sure really. There's a 5.5 metre tide, but don't hold me to that either. It's about 3:40 the tide, or 3:30. So I can only get the tide time for Bridlington. And it seems that's that way over my head. Tide comes down, so you just have to add 20 minutes on or whatever and you're thereabouts. I've pitched this umbrella, as you can see, but because it's windy, it's not as high as it normally is, so I don't think I can sit in it. So I've had to pitch it twice. I first pitched it there, and now I've pitched it here further up because it was getting a bit close to me rod as I was moving up to the top high tide. And high tide, it ain't high tide yet, so the water's got to come up a bit more. So I had to move this brolly back, and what a nightmare in the wind. But it's done. I'm fishing squid and sand eel at the minute. I've got a pulley pennel rig with 3 O's on it. I'm holding bottom with a 6-ounce weight. I've also got an 8-ounce weight on it as well. It's bloody freezing. Just put my coat on. I've got a hand warmer. I've shown you how to bait. I've shown baiting up. I'll have to do that again. Because like I said, the camera went on because I'm a thicko. But beautiful day for February. It was a trek getting there. The roads are terrible. Once you get over the over the Humber Bridge, there's a 60 zone, and then it's 50, 40s and 30s, and loads of road works. And I was in a tailback for seemed like 2 miles, just gridlock traffic. And the thing is, it's like that, and you're in the countryside. You're not on a motorway or any big A road. You're on a B road in the countryside. It's unbelievable. Years ago, you used to be able to go from my house to Hornsea in about an hour and a quarter, hour and 20 minutes. Not anymore. It's about an hour and 50. Try not to moan here. There's quite a lot of people fishing on the beach as well, but they've got huge gaps between each other. So I was going to go all the way down to where you can see them people. Past him in the yellow coat. By the time I got to where I am now, my shoulders were burning carrying my basket. I need to, I thought I'd got it all lighter, but I need to make it even lighter. I need to put my coat and stuff on at the van so that I'm dressed, but I just didn't want to walk down there in my coat and salopettes and stuff, because once you start sweating, that's unpleasant as well. Tide's got up now, look at this. That had died back a minute ago. That had died down, it was like that. And now it's surf's getting bigger again. But there, it's not as heavy surf as what I was fishing at Silcroft. And I'm holding bottom here, which is making me think to put the second rod out. Other people is fishing 2 rods, but there's also a lot of people fishing 1 rod. I'm at the North Beach. As you come into Hornsea, there's a little roundabout, and you take the left and just follow yourself to the sea. There's a sign that says the sea, and I just park up and fish on the North Beach. You can fish at South Beach. I've never done that, but probably I should do. But I'm fishing the North Beach. I've got the cliff behind me, and someone's just said to me, walked past and said, is it high tide tonight? Is it a really high tide? A big one? And I said, I hope not. She said, because if it does, it swamps the whole beach. I said, I hope not, because I don't want to trek all the way back. Yeah, I don't think there's not a lot happening at the minute. I think once it gets to dusk, there might be more of a chance. I shall bring my rod back again in a bit. I'm using the top of my fishing basket for the camera, which that now means I've got nothing to sit on. It's not very good, is it? Need to get a bit more organised, don't I? Try not to moan here. It's colder today than it was in December at Cumbria, where I was fishing in at Silcroft. Chap's reeling in next door. He ain't caught anything. Bait's still on the hooks as well, so all my baits have been on the hook. I think I shall reel this rod in a minute, cast out again. I think this surf has got a bit rougher, look, because the tide's still coming in. I think it's got to that point where reference on the beach where it starts kicking up a bit. Once it gets past that, it might calm down again. At different states of the tide, I've noticed that whether it's rough or calm, there's certain parts in the tide where it'll get a bit rougher. It might be hitting the shelf or whatever's out there. Fishermen right down the end who got here at the same time as me look as though they're packing up. Not even high tide yet. I bought loads of bait, and I ain't going to use it. I thought I would do, but I really do bring too much bait. Try not to moan here. Yeah, they're packing up and going home. Can't believe it. turned up just before me and got down on the beach before me because I was having an hour about whether to stop or not, and they walked all the way past the last fisherman and then they're packing up. They've packed up and gone. He said if they were going to catch anything, they'd record it by now. So he's a local chap, and I expect he should know, shouldn't he? I'll try a second rod out for a little bit while it's daylight. See how it goes. Fell over again. It's not very good in this umbrella. Well, I've got some footage. Just been talking to that chap. He's been here. That chap that I've just been talking to. He's been here since 9 o'clock, 9:30, and he ain't caught a thing yet. The day before, he caught some cod. So he's telling me to go to a place called Umpton. So I shall have a look at that on the map and Google that. See what it's like. Be a new place to go. be better to drive through Hull and catch the 165, the A165 I think it is. Avoid all the roadworks. It's chilly, wind's cutting through you. My feet are now getting cold in these boots. I've put the second rod out, as you've seen, I hope, but nothing as of yet. Guillemot going past there. Beautiful blue sky, look at that, lovely and clear. The moon is behind them white clouds at the minute. We've got a storm coming as well. Storm Clara or something like that. Obviously it's the third storm of the year. That's coming for this weekend. So there'll be no fishing. I was hoping to get down to the river and put another session in down there. Hopefully try and get a cod. I think in the next few sessions, if I don't, well, I can always put a bait out for a cod, can't I? And start putting 2 at flapper out perhaps and get something. So what I might do is reel the other rod in and bait up a 2 at flapper. So I've chucked out one short, one a bit further. Not huge distances, the wind's in my face. I've brought my squid with me to bag up. There's 15 squid. It's in one of these boxes. Seaweed. There's 15 squid. Don't know if you can hear me. Right. Some woman walking there. Beachcombing. That's what you want to call it. Right, what am I doing? I need a new rig. Right, let's get rigs. This camera, I need to look at the settings on this camera, or Tom does, because it just keeps going off. I don't know why. Apparently it's a good camera. Tom says it's a good camera, so it just needs fine tuning, I think. The screen on the back keeps going off because I have to keep pressing the button. It's an empty battery. These batteries don't last long. Right, I'm going to change the battery on this. Up until now, if you hadn't seen it, I've got a 2-hook flapper baited up now with 2 squid heads. I'm fishing one rod out short and one out long. Go. So, I'll be back in a bit. I need to get some bigger batteries. Apparently this camera is ever so good quality, which we'll see when it's actually been edited and made sense of by Tom. But the batteries just don't last as long as my other camera. Yet these batteries are bigger than the batteries in the other camera. So just need to get the big one. I think the 1.3 or whatever they are. So anyhow. Well, anyhow, this is Hornsea Beach, North Beach. You've got the soily cliffs with the oldie camp up there, and a lot of angry seagulls. Dog walker. There's a chap that's been fishing since 9:30 this morning. He keeps feeding his some of his bait to seagulls, and the seagulls catch it and eat it on the wing. He said when he was there this morning at 9:30 that the tide was out to where the red cap is on the breakwater. That's where the low tide was this morning anyhow, so tide go out a little way, not too far. So you could come here and fish low tide and move back. And the tide here, the waves are coming in at like 35 degrees to the beach. Maybe 40 degrees. You can see if you can see them waves crashing. Anyhow, all the fishermen are gone apart from me and my neighbour, which don't really bode well for me. Today I'm fishing. Ooh, no, it was the weird wave. Today I'm fishing fishing my 2 new black extremes, K2 extremes. I hadn't even took the price tag off that one. But yeah, black extreme, doubled up with my Pen 750 long cast spin fisher reels. Absolutely fantastic reel. So that's my setup for the beach if I aren't using the Vercelli rods. Anyhow, these KX2 Extreme rods that I've got, very nice rods. I'm looking forward to the time when it's nice and hot and sunny, and I can give them a good crack out. And I've done a little bit more fishing, got a bit more confident at releasing the line at the right time, and see how far that these rods can cast out. At the minute they're just getting lobbed out. Wind's died down a bit now. Well, I think it's died down. I expect the microphone's still picking it up. Anyhow, I'll be back in a bit. thread it on. Well, as soon as that fisherman's gone, look, turn this off. I don't know if you can pick that up. All the seagulls move in. As soon as you move your gear and go away, all the seagulls move in and check the area out. Another fisherman coming. Might be something happening. I cocked that last cast up. I give it some beans, pushing and pulling, and that's better. The wind doesn't hit the microphone. Yeah, I'll give it some beans on the last cast to see if I can punch it out just with another head thump, and didn't let go of the line at the right time, so it ended up about 15 yards out in the surf. So I had to pull it back. The baits aren't brilliant, but it's gone out. They're all on. The baits are on the hook. I'm not wasting my time. But as of yet, there's nothing. Every time I fish with a full moon, doesn't seem to catch anything. If anyone want to tell me why that is, or whether it's just my crap fishing. But if you do say it's me crap fishing, be polite. Trouble is, I only go fishing once or twice a month. So casting's always a little bit off, you know. And improving casting, well, the only way I can do that is going down the field, but it's the wrong time of the year at the minute. One, it's too cold, and two, as soon as your weight hits the grass, it just disappears, and you got to yank it out. But we're here. We're at the glorious golden sands of Hornsea, in the glorious sunshine, warmth. And we're going to catch a fish. I don't even care if it's a whiting. Whiting. Yeah? Because I like whiting. I know it's pronounced whiting, but where I come from it's a whiting. And I like catching whiting. When I used to catch a lot of whiting when I was a lot younger, and there was more fish in the sea. I don't know why there was more fish in the sea, but perhaps it weren't overfished. But when I used to catch whiting before, I used to bring them home, and my mum used to boil them up for the cats. And she'd be there boiling them all up in water, and then she'd be picking all the bones out, and then give it to the cats for their tea. We never ate them. People on YouTube keep saying it's an absolute glorious fish to eat. It's a really tasty fish, but I've never ever eaten a whiting, even though I've caught hundreds. It's just, I don't catch hundreds now. The chap that who's just left says that you catch dogfish off here, as well as smooth-hound, rays. So you catch you catch all the fish that I've never ever caught. So you never know. This summer I shall keep coming down here, up here to Hornsea and Wivensea, Easington, and we'll why is that in? I might have a fish on that. No, it's weed. There's weed on the line and the surf. So the tide's going out, but that's brought my... Nah, it's got to be the waves. I'm not going to get a fish, am I? Look, I'll show you. That's what it's been doing all day. I've got a little bit of weed on there, but there you go. So I shall be coming up here all along this Holderness coast. Let's see if I can catch a ray. I've never ever caught a ray. I've never ever caught a dogfish. Never ever caught a smooth-hound. I don't know if you can get plaice off here. I don't think I've ever caught a plaice. I might think I've caught a plaice. It might have just been a spotty flounder. So, you know, there's scoop. Just keep coming, persevering. I've got some oldies going to go on holiday around here, there and everywhere, and I always take my fishing rods with me because it's I'm getting too old to do walking and stuff now. I've got a bad hip, so I just come down on the beach and fish. I might have to pull that in because that's doing my head in because it's bouncing up and down that much. It must just be in at the tide. Well, that bloke that was fishing down there is gone. I'm the only one here apart from the other one. So there was 3 of us, now there's only 2. Right. So we got these black lug. These have been used a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that squid off. It's been out for 10 minutes. Take that squid out. And we're going to get this black lug. This one's quite soft. These have been a bit hard and level. That says too hard there. Yeah. I'm going to do this. Just keep putting it on, turning it. Because I just can't be asked to use the bait elastic. It's one of these fishing trips where it's getting hard work to put fresh bait on. I'd be quite happy just to keep chucking out the old stuff. And I'm going to get this bit of squid and I'm just going to hook that on there, like that. Like that. And like that. Next lug. Hope it's a squishy one. Yes. Apart from the head. I've had a lot of black lug just lately that's been that hard you can't even get it on the bait, on the hook. And that was the first time out of the freezer as well. It hadn't been in and out, in and out, in and out. It's just been like this. This one's alright actually. It's got to be the worst quality bait. That on there. I think it's the that fishing competition soon, isn't it? At Saint-Lemaire. I expect Sea Fishing Adventures will be covering that. They always do, normally do. Right. There you go. Now if you can see that, I hope you can. This video certainly won't be going to the Oscars, put it that way. I did a load of filming when I first got here, and I had the camera on photo. Bloody idiot, aren't I? Old seagulls will get all them. Right, let's get this hung up on the tripod. Sand everywhere. Hope that don't ruin my camera. Right, here we go. Sorry for the movement, but there's me bait. 6 ounce weight, and a rig that you don't mind losing because there's only 2 clips on it and a swivel. But this ground here, there you go. The ground here is very clean. I don't think there's many snags. Right, well this battery's now going to go, so that's better. This battery's now going to go, so it's goodbye on this camera, Tom. So how much power have I got left? Might get some filming of that. Oh, it stayed calm like this, it'd be nice. Wind's died down, wind has dropped loads. To say there's a storm coming, this wind's, obviously the other wind's going to blow this wind out probably, I don't know. I don't know how storm works, but there's a big storm coming. We want a tap like that. These are going. That looked good, but it weren't. It was that wave. You'd think it was morning, the birds are twittering as though it's daybreak. Well, I'll bring you back in a bit. Still fishing 2 rods. So I ain't caught bloody nothing. It's I keep watching videos on YouTube where they say that it's the time of the year when it's hard fishing. Well, I don't know whether this is hard fishing, but it's bloody purgatory, that's what it is. All them rods keep doing. They're bouncing up and down now because it's got seaweed on the... Ooh, no, because that ain't going to be a fish, is it? So, wind's picking up. That'll upset Tom. So, let's get in there. I don't like filming in the tent. That looks pretty, doesn't it, with the light? That light up top on my umbrella, what you can see now, across there, it's cost £26 from Amazon. You only charge it up with a USB thing. You plug in your computer thing, you know, blue flashy light, stop flashing, it's charged. So just had a comment that I've read on my phone, and the chap has left ever a nice comment saying about being myself and that, but I am always myself. Yeah, if I've got something to say, I'll say it. It bubbles away in me for so long, and then that's it. It comes out sometimes, well, depending on what it is. If it's just something to say, I'll end up just saying it because it needs to be said. Other times, it'll come out like a bloody volcano. But I have to watch myself sometimes. The hand warmer is still warm. It's not so cold now, but the waves have died down, but the tide's going out now, so it's getting shallower, and my rods are still bouncing up and down. It's just a shame there's nothing about that. It's just apparently by other fishermen it's the time of the year, but the whiting must have gone because I haven't even had a whiting. I've used black lug, squid, sand eel, but yeah, so I'll always be myself. All I'm trying to do is not rant as well, not rant, I wouldn't say I'm ranting. You'll know when I'm ranting because it's embarrassing. I can't even watch it because I think, am I like that? But yeah, no, I'll this is fishing. All I'm doing, mainly I started these videos as it says in the first one that I did, there's it's a record for when I'm dead and gone. So if my kids ever think, wonder what that old fart's doing, put him on telly and air his voice and stuff again. They won't realise at the minute. They'll not realise at all. They don't understand. But as you get to my age, you start thinking, it'd be nice to have something left of me talking and doing stuff and walking around like a bloody, like a demented idiot. I was going to say something else then. But yeah, so that's what all these videos are about. I always say fishings. That's just, I'm from Norfolk. That's things that I say, but these videos are, that's what I started these videos for. But since I've been getting subscribers, which is fantastic, it's a little bit of a drug, it is, because I'm always clicking it on saying, how many have I got now? And the wife will text me and say, you've got one more. So it's great. It's enjoyable. So it's hard work filming and fishing. It's hard work bloody fishing, let alone filming it. I've put this umbrella up because I got the camera just to try and shield the wind noise when I first come here. I had to carry it down there. I ain't the fittest of people, not anymore. So yeah, it's just literally fishing. You know, I might show it baiting up because it's just a bit different and how I bait up, and might show my rigs, and I might one day tie some rigs. I don't know, might do, might not. But it's just about fishing. This is what to expect if you come beach fishing. Obviously you don't get the sand everywhere and the stinking fingers from fish and getting tired and cold and driving home getting irritable because of the bloody speed limits in Yorkshire. Jesus. But yeah, it's just about fishing, what to expect. And I like watching YouTube videos, fishing videos. I watch all of them. I've subscribed to a lot of them as well, but there's only so many pulley pennel rigs you need to watch, and to be honest, you just go to TA Fishing, watch him tie a pulley rig, or Sea Angling Adventures, or I don't know, whoever tickled your fancy for tying a pennel rig or any other rig. You know, I might do it, but I don't know if you can pick that up out there. Whether Tom can do anything with his electricery on his editing, but the sun's on, the moon is just shining on the water, but it's beautiful, you know? Absolutely beautiful. Right, that's it. It must be nearly 9 o'clock now. I've had no fish. I've had a couple of bits of bait lost off the hooks, but that's it. Could have been a crab. So that's fishing at Hornsea. It's all finished and done. Enjoyed myself. It's been a cracking night. The wind's died down. There's a big storm coming apparently at the weekend, so got the fishing in before the weekend. So I'd like to thank all my subscribers for subscribing. Keep subscribed, don't unsubscribe. I'd like to, what else do you say? There's to thank the subscribers. Please comment. I only get a few comments, but they're appreciated. And tick that like button or dislike, whatever. But just thank you very much for everybody that subscribed to me. Please keep subscribing, and thanks a lot. See you later. I forgot what sand's like. It gets everywhere, doesn't it?